Hey, I'm Matt Swider, Senior Mobile Editor at Tech Radar, and today we're here with Jim Nichols, who's in charge of product and technology for Volvo USA. And Jim, I have to ask you, what are you doing that no one else is doing with Apple CarPlay in your cars?
Well, we have one of the best integrations of Apple CarPlay that's currently available, and that all comes down to our Sensus Connect touchscreen. So it's our central touchscreen where we're divided into four tiles, the top three, navigation, media, and then phone, but then the fourth tile leaves open for different applications. So what we're able to do is we're able to have CarPlay operate within this environment. So CarPlay doesn't take over the entire screen. You can still use all the functions in the car, but you still have all the benefits of having CarPlay.
I like that. So it's like the best of both worlds. Tell me about the touchscreen technology, how it's different from, say, a tablet or a phone that we generally use.
Well, the touchscreen is really important for us. It does a lot of things. One is it allows us to add new software and new technology after someone has purchased the car. But the screen itself, in order for people to really accept it, it needs to have the same speed that you would have in a consumer tablet. But what's different is in a consumer tablet, you have capacitive touch, right? And so typically you need those special gloves in order for it to work. This uses an infrared technology, though. So whether you're wearing gloves or you have long nails or anything, you can still use and manipulate the screen.
That's pretty great. We've been checking out the audio system, the surround sound, and everything. Can you tell us about how many speakers you have in this car, in the Volvo S90, and just the different channels you have in terms of getting that crisp audio?
Sure, we have a 19-speaker Bowers & Wilkins system. There's a lot of unique things to it. One, of course, is the power. It has a fresh air subwoofer on the rear wheel, which is unique, which kind of turns the chassis into a subwoofer in itself. But then we have electronically tuned for different sound experiences. So you have concert hall, where we've actually managed to recreate the acoustics of the Gothenburg Concert Hall, which Gothenburg is where the company is based. And so you get that real rich kind of instrumental sound. We have a vocal standards channel as well. So if you're listening to those vocal standards like Frank Sinatra or something like that, you'll really hear the voice of the performer. And then, of course, we have the regular studio, which is typically what you would hear on your iPod or anything else.
Very cool. So I'm really digging the Apple CarPlay. The best of both worlds. You have your own system, and over top of it, Apple CarPlay, without getting away from the menu system of either one. But can you tell me about Android Auto? Switching gears a little bit. You had that coming out for the S90 in the future later this year. Can you tell me how that's going to work and the development along with that?
Sure. So much like the development with the Apple CarPlay, we've been working on getting Android Auto up and running, and we want to have that fully integrated experience. So we're looking forward to bringing that to the market a little bit later. And again, with this technology, we have the ability to go back. And so people that are purchasing a car today don't necessarily have to make the decision about CarPlay or Android Auto or things like that. They have the option to make that decision later and be able to update the system.
Very cool. Now, you have new safety features coming out, and some of them come into retroactively into some of your cars that have already released. Can you tell me about the new safety features that are pretty amazing that you have?
Sure. I mean, with every new Volvo that comes out, we have new safety features. That's as we're heading towards our vision. By the year 2020, no one should be killed or seriously injured in a new Volvo. In the S90, we're unveiling a new technology called large animal detection. So a lot of people like to call it moose detector, but in the United States, over 1 million deer strikes happen every year. That causes over $1 billion worth of damage and over 200 lives lost. So it really is a big issue. So on the new S90, we have the large animal detection, which works like our city safety system, where it identifies pedestrians and bicyclists and everything else. Now it'll identify large animals. So a radar system will detect that there is an object there. A camera-based system will then run through a database of images to identify what the object is. This all happens within a matter of milliseconds. The driver will get what we call forward collision warning, which is a visual and audio tone that says that something needs attention, some sort of evasive action is needed. If the driver doesn't react or doesn't react in time, the car will automatically take over and apply the brakes to either avoid or mitigate the accident.
That's pretty amazing. And you have some advanced auto pilot assist features. What are you calling it, and how does it work?
Yep, so pilot assist is our semi-autonomous function, and for semi-autonomous, the way that we define that is the driver is still in full control and responsibility of the vehicle. It's a hands-on system, and it's primarily designed for the highways. So the number one complaint that we've gotten from customers is that when they're driving, the worst part of the driving experience is the bumper-to-bumper daily commute on the highways. You get the grind in New York and LA and San Francisco and everywhere else. So what Pilot Assist does is it helps you speed up, slow down, come to a complete stop, and steer at speeds up to 80 miles per hour. and it's designed to have your hands on the wheel and work as an aid to the driver. So when you're in that bumper-to-bumper type of commute, you can put that system on, and you're still responsible for monitoring the road, but it just takes some of the stress out of that constant stop-and-go traffic that a lot of people report.
Well, I live in Los Angeles, and I really appreciate it. Jim, thanks a lot for showing us the S90. And for more on the Volvo S90, check out techradar.com for news and reviews about technology.